Good morning, Gwenn McDonald, and I'm here to give you folks an update regarding the Radisson real estate market. And not only just Radisson, we're also going to then go outside of Radisson and incorporate just the Baldwinsville School District real estate market. So, what is currently going on? Well, we just had kids go back to school, and I don't know if you're wondering, did that have anything to do with the current real estate market? Absolutely. As people are winding down, going to the fair and prepping for kids to go back to school, and not just go back to school, but start participating in sports and practices, things were definitely changing in the real estate market. So within Radisson, right now, today, as of September 18th, Radisson is a large development, and there are currently 7 active listings. That's it, 7. So I did remove the new construction that are just an empty lot. So in other words, if those are still available, but they take about 9 to 12 months to finish. So they really don't play that big of a role within determining the absorption rate and the month supply. So if you wanted to buy a house within, 45 to 60 days, that's not going to be an option. So currently in Radisson, you have 7 active houses. In the past 30 days, 3 have sold. That's it. You do, though, just to give you a heads up, have 8 pending. So it's not that, that's it. The market's tanked. That's not true. Not at all. Days on market has shifted from 4 days to 22 days, and that's common. I created a new word, seasonality. Seasonality. So you're dealing with back to school, kids back in sports. Everything was winding down. We're all trying to cram in our last vacations. So that was the seasonality of it. So I do believe that, and everyone's hyping out over this. The interest rate is going to drop. They will, and houses are still going to be available. So that is one. So currently in Radisson, there is a 2.3 month supply with a 43 absorption rate. So what is you're like, well, that's not really, it's not as strong as it has been in the past. You have to remember, Radisson is one of those communities that you either love it or you hate it. Similar to olives, right? You either, yes, give me an olive, or, oh God, no olives. And why? HOAs. People either love an HOA or they despise the HOA. I don't want anyone telling me what I can or cannot put in my yard. Sometimes we have zoning, so that counts, but that's, very broad. So yes, HOAs that's part of Radisson and why it's its own little microcosm, and why I pull the Radisson information out from the Baldwinsville area. Because Radisson is unique and different and does have a strong HOA. They also have a monthly HOA fee. So, but you also have, on the flip side, you do have great amenities that a lot of communities do not offer. So aside of the pool, you also have trails. I absolutely loved using the trails when I lived in Radisson. You cannot have a detached garage, and since my husband wants to have a workshop, that's what was the telltale sign. So what is currently going on in the Radisson area? You have a 43 absorption rate, 43%. You have 2.3 months supply, and homes are still moving. So you do want to keep that in mind. Has to be well priced. So if you take a peek at the list price and the sale price, the list price and the sale price are going to be just about even, maybe a scooch over asking. It is not, unless you have a super clean, updated home and it's priced a little bit low. Then you'll still have a feeding frenzy. So something to keep in mind. The next update for Radisson, the real estate monthly marketing update, will be October 9th. So put that on your calendar and go ahead and follow. so that you can be notified when the next real estate marketing update is going to be. And then maybe you're wondering, hey, Gwen, what's going on in Baldwinsville? Well, I have those numbers too. So glad you asked. Thank you. All right. So again, keeping in mind that I did pull out the absolutely blank lots for new construction. So if it has a structure that's partially up, I included those. So there are currently 53 active listings in the Baldwinsville School District area. And you're like, well, where's that? That's going to be Town of Lysander. It's going to be Town of Van Buren, and it's going to be part of Clay. So there are parts of Lysander and parts of Van Buren that are not in the Baldwinsville School District. Some parts of Van Buren are in West Genesee, and some parts of Clay, of course, are going to be Liverpool and North Syracuse School District. And then for Lysander, there's even a scooch of Phoenix School District within the Lysander area. So Baldwinsville School District is going to be Town of Clay, Town of Van Buren, and Town of Lysander in both respective villages. So I pulled all of that information. I removed the vacant lots, and we have currently 53 active listings. From there, 37 have sold. Sorry, I'm getting a phone call. And that is going to leave us with I'm going to round up and call it a 70% absorption rate. So it's still a very strong seller's market. Then also it's a 1.43. Could I round up to 1.5 months supply? Yes. So Baldwinsville area is still a very strong market. You do have to price it correctly, just a cautionary tale. And then you also want to make sure that it's decluttered and in really showing condition. If you would like more information, feel free to reach out. Don't forget, October 9th, it's going to be the next real estate marketing update. It's going to be cooler. Have a great day. Thank you so much. Yes, and please end.